The zip code 92000 belongs to the city of Watts. This community was once its own city outside of Los Angeles. Historically, in 1926, it voted to become part of Los Angeles County. Today, it is part of the neighborhood of South Central Los Angeles, as it borders Linwood, Compton, and Southgate. The neighborhood is well known for the Watts Towers and the Watts riots. According to the developmental theorists, the success of someone's career is highly predictable by the educational opportunities, learning experiences, professional relationships they have been exposed to, and their environment during childhood and adolescence. Looking at the community of Watts, Los Angeles, I wanted to know if there were any indicators that would be able to suggest the economic mobility of persons living within the 92000 zip code. The community indicators that helped me to assess the economic mobility of the neighborhood were to look at their educational attainment, where they lived, how much they made, where they worked, and what the demographic information breakdown of the people living there was. According to the 2017 Census Data Report, the majority of people living in Watts are Hispanic and Black, with a larger majority of Hispanics. Women make up a little more than half of the population of Watts, and the average age in Watts is 28. The total population lives within 8.6 square miles of land. This means there is not much free space to walk in the community, as much of the area is made up of concentrated housing developments. There are limited green areas for children to play, but an abundance of fast food restaurants, liquor stores, and one public library. Household income is the indicator that reveals there is low economic opportunity in Watts. With an average income of $36,000 for every 4 people living in a household, the majority of the population living below the poverty line is below the age of 18. The household indicator also tells us there is a greater amount of people living per square mile in Watts than in Greater Los Angeles. With not much free space to walk due to the concentrated housing developments, one of the most interesting facts is that Watts' primary language spoken at home is Spanish. Educational attainment serves as the indicator that proves low economic and social mobility in Watts. Census data reported only 51% of the population living in Watts has a high school diploma, and of those, 4.7% graduated college. In Watts, the percentage of the residents with less than a high school diploma is high compared to the rest of the county and the state. The schools in Watts listed here adhere to the accountability measures by the state of California. The dashboard measure of each school helped to explain the low high school graduation rates. Looking at the dashboard report for David Starr Jordan Senior High, we can see the performance grades are color-coded from low performance to high performance. The performance level ranges from red lowest to orange to yellow, which can indicate average level, to green to blue, the highest performance indicator. For Jordan High School, low graduation rates may be indicated by the English report, which reveals students were below average rates by 24 points. The math level, however, reveals a grossly low performance level at 138.2 points below the standard. Jordan High School reflects the low graduation rates in Watts. This indicates low or lacking critical thinking skills. Even though the percentage has increased between 2017 to 2018, the graduation rate are still below the state average, and the measure assumes an even lower percentage of students are college ready. The disproportionate number of socioeconomically disadvantaged students attending schools in Watts shows the use of social programs in schools as necessary, such as free and reduced lunch, services for foster care students, special education, and English as a second language. 36% of the households in Watts are led by women. Women ages 15 to 29 reported giving birth at a rate of 30%. Watts children below the age of 18 live under poverty at a rate of 41%. The low income rates make government assistance such as food stamps a common resource. The workforce breakdown reveals transportation, education, construction, and mostly government jobs bring in the most amount of income generation into Watts. If you see all industries, the average individual is bringing home $24,000. The workforce breakdown of occupations in Watts reveal a high demand for physical ability and a low resource acquisition potential with limited upward mobility. A large percentage of the population is between the ages of 25 and 64. Of these, only 21% reported working. And of the population that reported working, only 49% reported to be employed. The concentrated volumes of low-income housing and low educational attainment have facilitated high levels of recruitment by gangs in Watts. More than 59 gangs are known about. 3 are most prominent and easily distinguished by public housing developments as their territories. Historically, the Watts riots made the neighborhood notorious for crime. Today, it remains one of the most dangerous neighborhoods in Los Angeles. The LA Times evaluated 209 neighborhoods for their crime rate. Watts was ranked highest for violent crimes and medium rate for property crime. Due to the low educational attainment, there are limited types of professional relationships afforded and exposed to children and adolescents living in Watts. The occupation and employment breakdown serve as an indicator of the low economic opportunities.